Yo guys, what is going on? Alex Pandrea here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. We have an exciting video today. We are going to take a look at 3 ways that you can use cards and the box in conjunction with one another in your sleights, in your moves that you might do in your card magic effects. So there's 3 things that I want to talk about. I also want to show you a very cool deck of cards. So let's get into that right now. Alright, let's get into this tutorial. This tutorial is brought to you by the Tale of the Tempest. You're probably asking yourself, Alex, what is a Tale of the Tempest? Well, that's a great question. It's a deck of cards brought to you by a friend of mine. You might know him, The Gentleman Wake. He has a great YouTube channel where he reviews decks, and his campaign is almost over on Kickstarter. So if you like fancy decks, and shiny decks, look at that, you might want to check out the link below to support his Kickstarter. He does a lot of cool deck reviews. He's reviewed a lot of my decks in the past. I can't even take out the cards from the box. He's done a lot of great reviews of my decks in the past, so I want to return the favor and show off his latest deck. And guys, I would not take a look at a deck on this channel if I did not really like it and like the story behind it, everything that goes into a deck. So go ahead, check out the link below if you like this deck. And let's get into the tutorial using this deck, using the deck, using the box, using the 2 hands, and you're ready to go. So today we are taking a look at moves and sleights that use the deck and the box, a combination of the 2, because you always, you take out the cards from the box in a very boring way, and then you get rid of the box, and maybe you do an effect like card in your box or something like that. But for the most part, this is not used too much, and I want to take a look at options of what we can use the box for. So with that being said, let's take a look at the first thing that I want to show you, which is actually taking the cards out of the box in oh, look at that Ace of Spades. Come on. That's dope. Alright, a fancy way to take out the cards from the box is as follows. You pick up the box, you go, watch, I have a deck of cards, and we're going to use the deck of cards. Freak out at that point. You don't even have to do any magic. But the idea is to make it a little bit more flashy, a little bit more exciting to begin with. Of course, you could take it out all elegant and everything, but this is just a cool way to do it. You do that, you do that. The idea is you hold the box by the top just like this, so you're holding it like that. And you're coming around, so I'll show you this view over here. You're going to come around and kick it down like that to open up and to hold the box by the thumb and these fingers on the flap of the box, okay? So the thumb is over here, other fingers are here. You're holding it just like that so that when you give it enough, enough inertia with this hand coming down with the wrist, you kick that out like that, and now it's just being held like this. Now you want your pinky to come and steady the deck on the bottom like that. Alright, so the pinky is just like this, holding the deck. And now what you're going to do is move your hand to the right, and it's going to kick out all the cards by moving everything to the left into the left hand like this. Alright, and you're going to need a little bit of speed on this one. And you're also going to need, there's a few tips that we're going to get into in a second on how to make this easier. But when you do this, you come out here, you want to give it enough of a you get the idea, so that all the cards come out and it doesn't come out all messy, because sometimes that would happen if you don't give it enough So you also want to do it in speed from the very beginning, here, and then there. And sometimes a few cards will stay in the deck. That could be for a few reasons. One, there's either too many cards in the deck. A regular deck from USPC, let's say, comes with 56 cards. That, I think, is 4 cards too many, especially if you get just like the regular ones that are a little bit thicker. I usually produce decks in a thinner crushed paper stock, so that also helps. But if you're obviously not aware of that, just take out the jokers, take out the ad cards. You shouldn't have those in the deck. Well, the jokers maybe, but I take out the jokers anyway. But so just so I can make my deck as thin as possible. Another tip that you might want, and I'm not going to do it on this deck because look at the details all over. What a great design. You take out these flaps. Depending on the deck that you use, if you're using a worker deck, you might not care. So you just take off these flaps and you're good to go. So you're here, you're there, you kick this pinky here, and now 1, 2, and 3, you do that, the deck comes out, you throw this swing it around the table, fan this out, spring it in their face, whatever turns you on. Alright, the second thing that I want to show you, we'll use the blue deck for this one, is how to make it seem like a card is inside of the tuck case when it's not. So you're making a card appear. This usually, I like to do this when I do a card under box routine where the card, palm it out. So maybe palm off the top card like this and get it secretly under the box. Let me know if you want me to do a full you know what? I think I actually did a full tutorial on a card under box. If I did, it'll be linked over here or down in the description. I'm getting old. Alright, so card under the box routine, this is a nice addition to it to have a card in the box. So instead of always appearing underneath the box as a little kicker, you could have the card appear inside of the box, and the way that we're going to do that is as follows. This is secretly underneath like this, and you're going to make it seem like it comes out of the box. But of course it's not in the box at all, it's just underneath the box. So the setup of that would be to either palm the card, alright, so let's say you're doing a gambler's cop, and then you're coming with the box and you're palming the card and replacing it underneath the box. Okay, that could be step number one. Or of course, an easier way to do this is off the top of the deck, so get a break under the top card, come here, and then just place the deck on top of the box, and then pick up everything like that. Okay, so it could just be a matter of just, you know, dusting off. Here's a little tip. I do this for a lot of things. When I want to maybe switch a card, okay, I would dust off the table for no apparent reason, but it's in sort of a natural action. So if you go with these sort of natural actions into your card magic, I think you'll find a much smoother process from moving from one move to another. Anyway, so we were here, break, pick up this, maybe move a glass, maybe move something else, and get rid of the deck. Now you have that card here, and now you want to grab everything from the left hand with the top down view like this. Okay, now from here you're going to open up, so remember the card is here, you're going to open up this flap right there, and now your thumb, look, when you open up the flap, your thumb is right there. Right, middle finger's on the card so it doesn't move, and it's also going to grab it. Okay, so middle finger is underneath, thumb is going inside. As you open up this flap, thumb goes right inside, and now you're going to use this is very important, use your fingers as sort of lanes. Like, you know, in bowling you put up those lanes when you don't want to get a strike, and that's what these fingers are going to be used for, so that card, when you pull it out, doesn't come left or right, if that makes sense. All right, so you're here, and you, again, with speed, you pull it out as if it came from the box, but of course you have yet again fooled the spectator, and then you show them the card, and they freak out, they run, they cry, they scream, and you know, come back, I have one more to show you. So let's get into the third and final thing to do with a box. Alright, for the third one, I'm going to use these cards and the blue box. I like those the best. Just as a added little thing that the gentleman Wake has told me, the back design has changed since I got these prototypes, so you want to check out the full colorized version of the deck, but I like this blue box, this is really nice. So let's take a look at how we can use the box and a card to do a top change and add another level of not misdirection, but another level of cover to this move while doing something else afterwards, because I always advocate to practicing a move and knowing what you're going to do afterwards. If you're going to do a top change, what are you doing afterwards? Are you moving here, here, here? So in this case, we are dropping the card on the table and we're placing it underneath the box, right? So the idea of this move would be placing it here and placing the deck on top, but then showing it one more time, just like that. And now when you come here, you drop the cards on top and you do the top change while using the box. All right, so it's the same exact thing. In case you want to learn the top change, I have a video on that, so you could click here to learn it, or it'll be linked down below. But the idea is to hold the deck. All right, so the motion of it is placing the card on the table, placing the deck on top, and then showing it one more time. Or let's say you do a double lift, right? So you do a double lift, show 3 of spades, I'm going to place it here. You make the card change for one routine. All right, then you're going to say, look, I'll put it again on the table with the box on top. You're going to place your hand on it this time, and then you go from there for a second change, okay? So you're here, you're holding the box and the deck, and now you're going to motion to as if you're going to place the card and then the deck on the table. But before you do that, you ask them to either point to a spot or to move the drink, or you point at them, or you poke them in the eye. Any any form of misdirection is just as good as the next, I guess. Not really. So you're holding this here, you're pushing this out, you're doing the switch. But look at this, you have so much cover. You could even come here and do the switch where it's underneath the box almost fully. Okay, here, here, and here. I like to do it about halfway. As I do the switch, I come down with the hand right away, place the card, place the deck on top, the box on top, and it's a nice way to use this move. Okay, so here, and nobody is the wiser. Look at that. Boom, was that your card? That was the spectator running away from you. There you go. Enjoy. So there you have it, guys. If you like that video, you know what to do. Hit that like button, comment down below your thoughts. What else do you use cards and boxes for? How else can you combine the two, use one with the other? I think it's really interesting to use everything to your advantage, especially when you already have it, right? You already have the box, and a lot of people just sort of toss it out or put it in their back pocket, then sit on it and then crush it. That's usually what happens with boxes. So let me know your thoughts down below. I appreciate you sticking around and watching this video and supporting what I do, also supporting my project. We're very excited to announce that the Kickstarter that we just put up has been very successful from the first day. I'll leave the link to that below as well. More videos to come, so stick around, and we will see you very shortly on the next video.